Good morning, we are back. I'm gonna put this apron on. I think it will help me with my seed starting adventure today. We have some new onions popping up, I see. Are we ready? Oh my god, I look like I don't even know what I look like. Oh, I do have an onion over here that I need to replant that I dug up yesterday on accident. Let me get that back in there. Oh god. Oh, I almost stepped on the peas. Coming over here. Get rid of some of these weeds. I need to go on the other side of this fence and clear out those weeds someday. Maybe on the weekend. I think I can put nasturtiums out right now. Oh, it's windy today. It's kind of chilly and windy. It's like 45 degrees when I took the dogs out this morning. Now it is 52. Oh, I hope these nasturtiums can compete with these weeds. These are all of the nasturtium seeds that I have. So if they don't survive, I will buy more. But let's hope I don't have to. This soil is so clumpy. I think I'm doing daikon around here too. And so for daikon, I really want to dig deep, like very deep. So I'm gonna have to get the tiller. Also, surprisingly, I'm not sore from tilling. I tilled for an hour and a half yesterday, and I'm not sore. I'm actually like really shocked. We're going to be doing 1 square foot over here with calendula. This is Pacific Beauty mixture. I planted these last year. They were so beautiful. I'm just going to do a little sprinkle over this entire square, see what pops up. Calendula seeds look so strange, really twirly. I have so many of them. Also planting them right here, kind of right up to my boundary line over here. Sprinkle dinkle. By the way, the snap peas are popping up. I see one right around there. Some other ones over there. Exciting. So I'm planting daikon. I have a couple types here. This is from Botanical Interests. It's Miyashige white. And then I have Altari Dochan 89, which is a Korean daikon. I believe this one is Japanese. The Dochan is from Kitazawa Seed Co., which is an Asian seed company. I think these are smaller daikon, so they can get away with being 2-3 inches apart. Tour. I also watered, starting at the front. We have iron long green onions here and king long green onions here. I planted alyssum just on the border here, and I'm probably gonna put it some other places. I also planted calendula right there. To my left here are forget-me-nots, and to the right are gray poppies. Right here are komatsu, which are all popping up, all 4 of them, right there, there, and there. And then to my right here is a patch of cilantro, and then green onions right here and here. And then the little block over there is black-eyed Susans. Right here is onions in this square. Left side is Napa cabbage, right side is Swiss chard, rainbow chard. I planted beets right there, daikon right there. Yeah, that's all daikon. Patch of calendula right there, a patch of pansies and violas right here. We'll see if they can grow. Over here we have peas, carrots, radishes. And if I step over here, we have potatoes, nasturtium right there, super sugar snap peas right there. That is it so far for the whole garden. It is filling out very slowly, but we are getting somewhere. So excited about that. I am back home, and I wanted to give you an update on these seeds that we planted the other day. I think it was April 28th or 29th. These popped up first, like yesterday or the day before. I think the germination time was like 2 or 3 days. It was so fast. This one was quick choy jin bao. This one's wu choy dark horse. And then large leaf sorrel over here. There is a sprout right there. This is my other tray of sprouts, doing well, I would say. Peppers are doing awesome, I think. They all look so beautiful. And then tomatoes. Tomatoes are also doing really well. Maybe a little leggy, but they're not dying. So I'm really excited about that. I think they'll do just fine outside once I start hardening them off, but that won't be for another couple weeks, maybe even 3 weeks. Checking on the kombucha. It is, I think, day 3 since I've made it. And you can see the SCOBY has loaded up to the top. It was on the bottom for like 2 days, and there are a tiny bit of bubbles right there. I don't see any activity currently, but I bet tomorrow there will be some active bubbles happening. found more ants. They look like carpenter ants. The other ones were harvester ants. They're so cool, so big. Ugh, wow. I'm making a trellis over here for cucumbers, and underneath it I'm going to be growing lettuce. So that is what I'm working on right now. Coming along nicely, I think. So this is the trellis that I made. I think it'll be successful if I put cucumber plants at the bottom there and have them climb their way up. Now underneath it, I'm going to add lettuce. So I'm going to plant that now. Okay, I planted Merlot lettuce here, butter crunch right there, going all the way down. This is corn salad. I have 2 rows going down here. And the last one over here is arugula going all the way down there. I think it looks good. Very proud of my trellis. I have this tong ho, which I would like to plant somewhere. It says it likes cooler weather. I'm not sure if I want to plant it maybe in front of the peas or something, because it is green. I feel like they'll get more shade here, and I'll be picking these pretty early so they won't crowd out the peas, I don't think. That might be my plan. We're done at the garden for today. Looks good. I watered the seedlings. We weeded this fence area on the other side and on this side just to help with some of the grass and the bindweed that's constantly coming through. Peas are doing well. Snap peas are popping up right over there. Of course, all the onions are doing amazing. Oh, I'd love to see that. And at the garden, finally, we had a windstorm for 2 days straight. Like, I'm shocked that those onions are still even there in the trellis. I thought that everything was going to be flattened. Seriously, these must be some very strong onions. We had wind gusts up to 70 to 75 miles per hour, and just the normal wind was like 20 to 30. So I'm shocked, but hey, these are going to be some good, strong onions for the season. Really shocked that the trellis is still standing here. I'm surprised it didn't fly away, but I did put it in there pretty deep, so that's good. That's really good, actually. Komatsuna, it seems to be getting eaten by something. Like, I don't know what kind of damage that is already. Like, is it flea beetles? What is going on? I do think they need water, though. Yeah. It doesn't look like any lettuce has popped up at all. I haven't been here in a few days because of the wind. It has sprinkled a little bit, but really not enough to really do anything significant, I think. More onions popping up. Love that. Over here we have cabbage right there, and chard, which has not popped up. There's a few things popping up, but I don't know if that's chard. I'm like, is that chard? I have no idea. Not sure. It doesn't look like any beets or daikon or calendula has popped up. It did get down to 31 degrees last night. Not sure if that is what damaged the komatsuna. It shouldn't have, because that's a strong, hardy plant. But look at this thing. I think this is a weed or something, and it died. Oh, it looks like a bindweed. Ew. Potatoes are coming up, I think. I think those are potatoes. That is so exciting. I don't see potatoes anywhere else, though, in this plot. Sugar snap peas, super sugar snap peas are on this fence line, and they are popping up finally. Look at that. They did well in the windstorm. That's good. These are just normal peas, and they are also growing. They don't look like they were harmed in the windstorm also, so that's good. More onions popping up right here. Came here to water, so I'm gonna water, and I believe the next 3 days we are gonna have some storms rolling through. So I believe all of these plants are gonna get a giant soaking, which is really, really good. They need it majorly. And then next week the water will be turned on, and I don't have to haul it in anymore. know I'm not getting a super, super deep watering like everything should be getting, but this is all I can do. So it'll just have to do, I guess. Sorry, little ones, but you'll get a good dose of water next week and this weekend. Really feel bad about the radish over here and the carrots. They just feel like they've just been kind of neglected. Oh, that's about it. I should have watered the cabbage first, probably. Oh well. So in the windstorm, we had some of the spinach broke, like this one right here. Ooh, this one right here. And the arugula was down, but I think that they bounced back, although some of them kind of look like this, and I don't really know why. But for the most part, they seem to do well. This is what I put over the bed. It is a little mini like greenhouse row cover, which it really helps protect from wind and frost. These are larkspur, pansy, violas, and sweet basil. They were also covered with one of those row covers, as well as this grow bag with strawberries and peas in it, the kale and collard greens, and the nasturtiums and poppies. The clematis bloomed. So beautiful. Has a bit of a defect on this petal, but it is still beautiful nonetheless. Here's a bit of an update on the plants in the greenhouse. We have artichoke popping up right there and right next to it. This one has a seed on top. Can't quite get it off yet. Right there is a bluebonnet. It is the only bluebonnet that has popped up. I planted red bluebonnets and then normal blue ones, and this is a blue one. Thyme has sprouted right here. Sorrel is right behind the artichoke. Wu choy and then jinbao. Our last frost date is in like 2 days. So as much as I want to pot up some of these, I do think that I should just leave them here and I will harden them off and then just move them into the garden. I have a feeling that they might be a little weak and I hope they survive. Eggplant in the back, on the other hand, I will put into a pot because those are going to be going out in like June. We still have a while until then, but everything else, as long as it's like a cool season herb, vegetable, whatever, it's going outside next week. Update on stevia. I killed my stevia plant. I check this greenhouse multiple times a day, and I think like I had checked it an hour before, and then I came back and it was all shriveled up. And usually I can water it and it will perk back up, but this time it did not. There's another stevia right there. That is my only one left. I think I had like 4 and now I'm down to that one. Honestly, might be better to just buy them in store next year or maybe even this year if this one doesn't survive. Just a little bit easier, I think, to take care of. They are just so very sensitive. Everything else is doing well, I would say. I got a weather station. I love it so much. I don't know what it is with me and weather, but I've just been obsessed, I think, my entire life. And it's so cool to see what the temperature is at our micro location. I can also see some other stations by the community garden and see what the temperature is there. It is time to plant the kale and collards outside. It is May 10th, which is actually the last frost date. It's a little cold and rainy today. It's 47 degrees outside, which is so cold, but these need to get into the ground. I figured the best time to do it would be right now while it's cloudy. They won't get fried by the sun, and it's gonna rain all weekend. It'll give them a nice healthy dose of water. Everything else on the porch is doing so well. The strawberries are doing amazing. Onions and peas over there. This clematis is just stunning. Wow. It's been a couple days since I visited the garden because it's been cold, overcast, rainy, and looky here, these onions are just exploding. Wow. Beautiful. This is the komatsuna, and I'm pretty sure they're getting attacked by flea beetles already. So I need to come out here and spray when it's like not raining, or maybe some diatomaceous earth, something like that, just to get them off those baby plants. This is bindweed. Right there, over there. It's just taking over the entire plot, and the roots are all in here. When I'm digging around, I have to cut through so many roots, and they are like the size of my pinky finger. I hate it so much. Ugh. We have no lettuce popping up. None of the lettuces, not yet at least. Maybe after this weekend. Oh wait, I think this is arugula. So we might have arugula popping up. More onions right here. So many of them too. Love that. Over here we have cabbage. This is cabbage popping up. It's looking good. Oh, that one is looking a bit eaten by, again, flea beetles. Ugh, that sucks. This might potentially be Swiss chard. I'm not sure yet. We have to wait for more to pop up to see what it actually is. This is all daikon popping up, which is so exciting. Wow. Very, very excited. I think this is the Dochon 89, most of this. This one might be the Miyashige. I don't know how to pronounce it, but that one right there. And that one. Soil sucks. It's so clumpy. We have onions popping up over here as well. So many onions, just kind of everywhere. I love it. Also, the peas are doing awesome. Good stuff there. Here we planted radishes. Some of these might be radishes popping up, but I'm not sure. I'm not too sure because it also could be bindweed. They kind of almost look similar until they really pop up. This is for sure bindweed right there. Yeah. Ugh. I planted carrots here, yes, in this chunky soil. Ugh, I probably should have sifted it, I guess. I don't really know, but I really hope they come out of this alive. More bindweed. Sugar snap peas right here, doing well. Love to see it. Oh, that's a coyote. Holy shoot. Oh my God, that's a coyote. Oh. I look up and I'm like, oh, there's a dog. Oh no, that's not a dog. That's a coyote. It's coming towards me. I cannot believe I just saw a coyote. That was really wild. It got so close to me. It must just be really used to people. There's like people walking around with their dogs and stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. Also, it looked like it attacked something, maybe a bird. I don't think it got it. Whoa, wild. Anyway, before that coyote came and distracted me, this is a potato and it's brown. I'm pretty sure it died. It did get down to 31 degrees over here in the community garden the other night, but that's the last of the frost freeze temps for sure. So maybe it'll send out another shoot and it'll survive. I believe we are going to be putting kale over here. Okay, so I kind of want to put kale here and maybe here. Let's line it up in this area first, I think. People sometimes come up and talk to me, which is fine, but I have this like microphone on me and this camera over here. And so usually when they're walking up to me, I can kind of hide the camera. So it's not so awkward. You know, it's a little weird if there's a camera filming you while you're talking to someone, I don't know, like a stranger. And today, this is my first time wearing this microphone here. And so I have to remember to kind of hide it in my jacket so people don't be like, why the hell do you have a microphone? It's so weird, because it is weird. It is weird, but whatever. I'm pretty sure this is a chunk of clay right here. Like I could literally make pottery with this freaking soil. Let's do this. What is this thing? Collard green. All right, collard green. Oh, I should have brought my knee pad. You know, I almost did. And then I forgot. So I'm trying to mound up a little bit around the collards and the kale here because their stems are just, some of them are a little weak and falling over. So just to make sure they are anchored in there. This is a collard. This is a dinosaur kale. And I'm going to put a dazzling blue right here. This dazzling blue is actually very purple. I think it was a little weak. And then it got cold outside and it turned a little bit purple, as they sometimes do, the brassicas do. I think it'll be okay though. I'm gonna cover it with a little row cover after I get these all planted, just so they have the best chance to succeed. Also because it's gonna thunderstorm this weekend, and if it hails, it's gonna take everything out. So I'm gonna protect all these babies for this weekend so I don't lose anything. I'm planting everything 1 foot apart. I know that they definitely need that much room. I did it last year and they were perfect. So I'm not gonna change that this year. So we did collard green, green dinosaur kale, dazzling blue kale, and then we're gonna end it on a collard green. Oh, that looks so, so beautiful. Maybe dinosaur dazzling blue. We're gonna have a lot of greens. Guess that's okay. I actually found that drying, like dehydrating kale was the most perfect way to preserve kale. Instead of, well, I blanched a whole bunch and then froze it last year. I also dehydrated it just to see what would happen. And it turned out way better than the frozen. Well, I mean, the frozen one was actually fine, just fine, but it was a lot more work, I think, and it takes up a lot of space in the freezer. But dehydrating it, I could put so much in a half-gallon mason jar, and then you rehydrate it in hot water for like, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 minutes, and it was like the most perfect kale ever. I couldn't believe it. So I'm doing that this year, definitely, instead of freezing it. That opens up a lot more freezer space too. That was dinosaur. Yep, dino, and then we're gonna do a dazzling blue. And then I think I'm gonna do one more over here, and then I'm gonna do two somewhere else because it's just gonna take up too much room over here. Oh, I could do another collard. That's really perfect, actually. End cap of collards. Beautiful, look at that. Now we have a dinosaur and a dazzling to go somewhere. I gotta look at the iPad. Okay, the iPad did not give me insight on where to put this kale. So we're just gonna have to pick a spot. Maybe one right here. I don't think there's anything right here. This is kind of a random one, like a random spot, and it won't get trampled there. We could also put one just right here. This is behind the green onions, or these are giant green onions. This is forget-me-nots, if they will ever pop up. Onions, corn. I think that's a good idea. I'm not gonna be able to protect these, so if something bad happens this weekend, like a lot of hail, they might get totally damaged. Okay, little one, please be okay this weekend. And this one will be between forget-me-nots and humatsuna. This is the dinosaur kale. I think this might be the last time I haul in water. The water should be turned on this weekend or after this weekend. And it's of course gonna be storming this weekend. So I'm pretty sure this is the last time I ever have to do this. I'm gonna water the kale and collards first. That is what I'm gonna put all of this water into. Make sure they get a good start here, just in case. Because what if it doesn't rain at all today? What if it doesn't rain at all tomorrow until like night? I don't want them to suffer. Right there, and then I'm gonna have to stake it in there. I have lots of garden stakes. Definitely stake it in because of the wind is just wild. I'm gonna use a couple. I think I just bent a stake because it won't go all the way into the ground because of how hard the clay is. There we go.